Thank you guys for being here. We'd like to start this evening by welcoming Knox Garnett, a second grader from Granite Court Elementary who will be giving tonight's invocation.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Knox, and I'm at the second grade at Granite Court Elementary. I want you to welcome you all to this year's Business Hall of Fame. I want you to know how special Junior Achievement is because I had it in my classroom last year. My mom and dad came to talk to my class about being entrepreneurs and how to make and save money. I had so much fun learning about different jobs in our city, and I want to start my own business one day. Tonight, we're here to celebrate the people who make these classes possible for students like me. Thank you for being here and supporting Junior Achievement. Now, let us take a moment to be thankful. Thank you for bringing us together tonight to celebrate, support, and each other. We are grateful for the kindness and generosity of everyone in this room and for the chance to learn from the people who make a difference. Please bless this meal and guide us to keep working together to build a stronger community. Amen.
And now, if you'd please stand, we welcome Irene Combs Kennedy, senior at Patrick Henry High School, with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now, please welcome Eddie Martin with Atlantic Union.
How about one more round of applause for Irene? That was excellent. Well, welcome everyone and good evening. My name is Eddie Martin, and I'm the regional president for Atlantic Union Bank, serving Southwest and Southern Virginia. We are proud to be the presenting sponsor of the 33rd Annual Business Hall of Fame event. As many of you know, earlier this year, Atlantic Union merged with American National Bank to become a $25 billion company and is the largest bank headquartered in Virginia. We also announced just over a week ago the planned acquisition of Sandy Spring Bank in Maryland that will propel the bank to $40 billion in assets and become the #1 regional bank in the Mid-Atlantic region. Atlantic Union, while larger now, remains very mindful of its community bank heritage. The bank was founded in Bowling Green, Virginia, over 122 years ago. Our CEO, John Asbury, who many of you know, has local roots. He was born in Radford, graduated from Virginia Tech, and was a commercial banker here in Roanoke. We are proud to note that John is currently serving as chair of the American Bankers Association. I would also like to extend a special welcome and thank you for being with us this evening to Ray Smoot, the past chair of Atlantic Union Bank Shares, Dave Ring, who is a member of our executive leadership team and head of the wholesale line of business, Natalia Artis, who leads the bank's community development and reinvestment efforts, and to all of my Atlantic Union teammates who do a great job serving our community each and every day. As a larger organization, we have the opportunity and responsibility to provide support to the communities we serve. I'm pleased to note the bank just unveiled a $9.5 billion with a B community impact plan for the next 5 years. This includes a significant amount of capital, $6 billion committed to originate residential lending and spurring economic mobility, as well as $1.8 billion committed to support local economies through support of small and medium-sized business, and a goal of $1.5 billion in CRA qualified community development lending. We are also establishing a zero interest loan fund to jumpstart local entrepreneurs and businesses and have a goal to volunteer over 50,000 hours of community service to include 15,000 hours of financial education. As you can see, our mission aligns well with junior achievement, and again, we are so proud to be affiliated with JA in this great event. Lastly, I would like to congratulate the honorees this evening, Mr. Kelly Woolwine, Dr. Sandel, Mr. Douglas Pitzer. Thank you for your many contributions to our community, especially your spirit of entrepreneurship, your leadership, and your can-do attitudes. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie, and good evening, everyone. I think I tried to say hello to everyone outside, but officially, hello. Thank you for being here. I'm Carrie Garnett. I am the president of Junior Achievement of Southwest Virginia, and I'm truly honored to be here tonight, surrounded by some of the most inspiring people in the community. First, I want to take a moment to extend my gratitude to our presenting partner, Atlantic Union Bank, along with all of our other generous sponsors listed on the screen behind me. Your support makes everything that we do possible, from the classrooms to the community, so thank you. Yay, lots of applause. After dinner, we'll be inducting our newest laureate into the Business Hall of Fame. However, we're honored to have several of our Alumni Award recipients with us tonight. I'd like to ask that all past Business Hall of Fame inductees and entrepreneurs who are in the audience please stand for a round of applause. Thank you for being here and your willingness to partner with JA. I also want to recognize the efforts of our board of directors, as well as this year's selection committee, whose dedication ensures that the continued success and impact of the Southwest Virginia Business Hall of Fame. I'd like to ask both our board members who are present, as well as this year's selection committee members, to please stand for a round of applause. Thank you so much. So this evening is more than celebrating the achievements of our honorees. It's about coming together to champion a future where every young person in our region believes in their potential and has the resources and community support to achieve their dreams. For me, tonight's mission is very personal. I'm going to get a little vulnerable with you tonight because I feel that how connected I am to our mission is important. So I grew up right here in Roanoke, and a family that faced many of the challenges that our students that we serve also face. Throughout my life, my mom tirelessly worked multiple jobs, moving from textile factory to textile factory. My father, who only made it to 10th grade, was often without work. And so higher education or career was just not necessarily something that was encouraged in my household. I was told often to just get a job. Any job will do. As long as it put food on the table, that was my goal. However, I knew that I wanted more for myself. At 17, I became a teenage mother. My guidance counselor told me that despite my academic achievements, that my life was over, and that is a direct quote. I believed her for a moment. I did. I had no mentors outside of school, outside of my teachers, and no one to show me that a different future was possible. I juggled multiple jobs to afford the apartment that I had on my own at 17, while also keeping straight A's at my school. I refused to give up on my dream of accessing higher education. Through years of determination and countless hours of hard work, I really wanted to prove that guidance counselor wrong. I eventually became a first-generation college student, earning a master's in education, and now I'm here with all of you, supporters of junior achievement. At JA, we are a small but mighty staff, but we work every day to empower students in our region who face their own uphill battles, and also have dreams worth fighting for. So I wanted to share my story with you all because it fuels my commitment to our mission here at Junior Achievement, to creating opportunities for young people to learn and succeed. And it's also why I'm incredibly proud to recognize the talented students who contributed to making tonight's event so special. Last year, we introduced an exciting new element to the Business Hall of Fame by involving students in the creation of the event. We wanted the students to create the media content for the evening as a way to showcase the remarkable talent that exists in our local schools. It was such a success that we did it again. I'd like to ask our student interns from the Burton Center for Arts and Technology to please come to the stage. As well as Mr. Salo. Mr. Salo, you are also being called to the stage. So we believe at JA that by engaging students with experiences that go beyond the classroom, that we can inspire them to envision and pursue paths that they may not have otherwise considered. Under the guidance of their teacher, Mr. Salo, as well as tonight's MC, John Carlin, these students have brought our laureate and entrepreneur stories to life with professionalism, attention to detail, and dedication. Watching them take on such responsibility over the last few months has only strengthened my belief and our belief at JA in the importance of giving our young people real-world opportunities to grow and shine. So it is my pleasure to present all of you with a little something from us here at JA. Thank you, Brady, Charlotte, and Soraya for all of your hard work. We are so proud of what you've been able to accomplish for tonight's event, and we can't wait to see how much you continue to grow and impact the world. Thank you. All right. So as we continue to celebrate the incredible potential of our young people, it's my honor to introduce the 2024 Student of the Year Award presented by National Pools of Roanoke. This award recognizes a young leader who embodies the heart of junior achievement, resilience, leadership, and commitment to community. At this time, I'd like to invite Jazzy English Bay to join me on stage. right, tonight's recipient, Jazé, stands out as an exceptional role model. Josiah, sorry. I'm nervous too. She's not only excelling academically in dual enrollment classes at Virginia Western and Fleming, but is also deeply involved in her school and community. Jazea serves as a student representative on the Roanoke City School Board and holds a leadership role in her school's DECA Club. Her teamwork and positive attitude were celebrated this summer when she received recognition at the Junior Achievement Stock Market Challenge Summer Camp. And tonight, we're thrilled to honor Jazea as Student of the Year.
I just want to say thank you very much for this award. I was very, very shocked because during the summer when I was a part of this very lovely camp, the very lovely stock market camp, I didn't place at all in the stock market challenge. So when I was aware that I had gotten this reward, I was very shocked, and I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
She says she didn't place. However, she received what the students are calling the GOAT Award for her positive attitude, showing up every day with a smile on her face, even if it was a struggle for her to come to camp. She did a remarkable job being a leader to the other campers. So although she didn't place highest in the stock market challenge, she placed highest in leadership. So thank you again, Jazea.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Carlin, our Master of Ceremonies for this evening.
Gremlins, always gremlins. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for joining us tonight. This is the 33rd Annual Business Hall of Fame presented by Atlantic Union Bank. And I just want to tell you all what an honor it is to be back here with you again this year, surrounded by so many familiar faces and some new ones, of course. All here with one shared purpose. We are celebrating the very best of Southwest Virginia and investing in its future, hosting the Business Hall of Fame. I've been here now, they tell me, for more than 30 years hosting this event, so I think I know a little bit about what it's all about. It's given me a front row seat, if you will, to the remarkable stories of our honorees and the impact that they have made on our community throughout the years. And every year I'm reminded of what makes this region so special, and of course that is our people and our leaders. The leaders we honor tonight are not just business success stories, they're also champions of change, mentors to our youth, and pillars in our community. At this time, we continue our celebration, and I am proud to honor a unique kind of leadership tonight with our Social Entrepreneur of the Year Award, now in its second year. This award highlights that true entrepreneurship that goes beyond profit. It is all about creating positive change and building a stronger community. Tonight's first honoree embodies this spirit through his commitment to using technology to bridge generational gaps in learning and to empower students through his dedication to making technology accessible in education. And that not only strengthens our community, but also ensures that young people will have the tools and support that they need going forward to succeed in an ever-evolving world. So let's turn our attention to the screens on either side of the stage tonight and learn more. Students at Strokes of Genius in Roanoke are learning in a different way. For them, old-fashioned textbooks may not be the best way to uptake information.
So instead of the traditional style of reading, where you have a book which is still amazing, we're going to transition it to where you'll be in an immersive space.
Pitzer is equal parts community ambassador, teacher, and entrepreneur. You might add fearless to the list as well. Consider how he found space for his program on Shenandoah Avenue.
I needed more space. I saw there was a lot of factories on Shenandoah, and I knew nothing about Shenandoah. So I literally walked up that street and knocked on every door just asking people, what are y'all doing in here? There was an amazing individual named Adam Moore. He showed me his space and he said, what could you do with this area? And I've been there for the past 2 years doing robotics, coding.
Pitzer is now working on a PhD at Virginia Tech, searching in part for what triggers a response in students' brains.
What we're currently attempting to do is through Virginia Tech, we're using EEG devices and seeing what spaces or what parts of the brain are being activated when you're doing traditional reading versus what part of the brains will be activated as you're doing these immersive spaces.
Pitzer took time off before college to teach in the Dominican Republic, where 6 months turned into 2 years because he felt the need from his students. Now he's filling a similar need in Roanoke, where he understands some of the reasons students, most often African American males who are behind in their schooling, are not eager for more traditional learning.
And we always know just self-preservation or just maintaining your reputation or just how you feel about yourself, that self-efficacy is important. So we saw it was lowering because people didn't want to read out in public spaces or read out loud.
So he works on non-traditional approaches. He's measuring the results and working on ever new models.
So it's intensive one-on-one tutoring, but we're now taking it a step further with the incorporation of, prior to the immersive spaces, we're now incorporating GPT in a positive way, creating critical thinking. We want to collaborate entertainment and education, almost a new word, edutainment. And so find a way for these kids to do what's already kind of incentivized for them to have fun in these games, but there's going to be an educational component attached.
Finding ways to get it done in areas where others struggle. Doug Pitzer's visions for the future are only beginning to gel. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring Douglas Pitzer as this year's Social Entrepreneur of the Year.
How's it going, everybody? I would like to start with a quote from Maya Angelou. I came here as one, but I stand here as 10,000. Tonight, I stand here not merely as an individual, but as a part of a mission, one that believes in the transformative power of working together to create meaningful change. Being named the Social Entrepreneur of the Year is not just an accolade for me. It's a responsibility, it's a call to action, and it's the testament of the power of purpose-driven work. Next, I would also like to say, I'm sorry, this moment, it gets you, just kind of, just getting my nerves, sorry about that, okay. Thank you. When I began this journey, I didn't have a goal of climbing the top of a ladder or fitting some sort of mold. I honestly just had the same love of my community as my mentors, such as Fletcher Nichols, Angela Dickerson, Harvey Brookins, Daniel Brooks, Jalen Smalls, and so many other people in this community right now that are really causing and creating meaningful impact. Accepting this award really shows what I would say is the strength of the people who really believed in me through the attempt of creating something that we could bring to light. And so what I would like to say, And so I share this recognition with those, the same as I'm so sorry, I'm so nervous. And so I share the recognition with those, I'm just gonna read it, actually. I'm just not even going, you know what? I'm not even going to read it. Okay. I don't want to take too much time, sorry. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Accepting this award tonight, having earned my place in the Social Entrepreneur of the Year, reflects the strength of the people and partnerships who dared to walk alongside us in the dark until we could build something together that we could bring to light. So I share this recognition with each of you who believes that the purpose of business is not just profit, it's creating community impact, sustainable, life-changing, and equitable impact. So I want to thank you lastly for this award, and I want to especially thank my family that's at the table over there, my mom, my uncle, my grandparents, my whole family. Yeah. Thank you. Because they were the ones that made me into the individual that I am today. And I just want to leave you with a final thought. May we come together to face uncertainties together. May we come together to extend the boundaries of what's possible. And may we come together to push forward towards a future that we can believe in together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. At least he can still read off of his phone. I can't even see mine. No, seriously, congratulations, Doug. It's really good to get to know you a lot better, and we look forward to great things from you still in the future. You're such a young man, so congratulations. Right. And now we present the Entrepreneur of the Year award to an individual whose journey as an entrepreneur has been defined not only by business success, but by a profound dedication to making a difference inspired by a deeply personal experience. He turned his business acumen into a force for good, dedicating his work to support children's health and also their well-being in our community and beyond our community. And let's take a moment to learn more about Kelly Woolwine.
You know, better teams, better operations, better product, happier customers.
Kelly Woolwine makes it sound simple. In fact, his model is diagrammed on the wall of his office at Evolution HR, the business he founded, bringing human resources needs to the market.
There's a tremendous demand out there for labor. And so to be in a business that's finding labor, you know, helping match labor, it's a good time to do that.
Business, he says, is booming. 2024 looks to be double 2023. But it's only part of what he does. When his daughter was struck with cancer, it changed his life.
It was a freight train out of the blue. And, you know, for me, it was died and went to hell. It was the worst thing that ever happened to me. It was the worst thing that could possibly happen to me.
Charlotte, 3 at the time, was diagnosed with hepatoblastoma.
He was thinking maybe appendicitis. So we go get the ultrasound and never left the hospital. We were admitted immediately as soon as they saw her liver. It was 4 times the normal size. Charlotte was stage 4. It was metastatic to both lungs. And the messaging we were getting was probably not going to end very well.
They spent the better part of 2 years at Cincinnati Children's Hospital. And Charlotte today is a thriving youngster.
She got dance, straight A's. It's a miracle, you know. But that, I would say, you know, when something like that happens, you know, none of us will ever be the same again.
Kelly put his business sense to work fighting childhood cancer, starting the Life Ring Foundation with his wife, Jessica. Centered on the annual golf tournament, the organization, partnered with Carillion, raised more than $3 million in 18 months, money to fight the disease in Southwest Virginia, where help in this field is badly needed.
It's not Roanoke. There's no bad guy. It's just the resources aren't there because adults outnumber kids 5 to 1. and everything kind of goes along with that, the money, the research, the tools. So we want to partner with Carilion and help them bolster resources there as much as we can.
Woolwine's influence goes even further. A longtime Virginia Tech supporter, the university partners with him to help raise NIL money in support of the Virginia Tech athletes, like star women's basketball player Elizabeth Kitley.
And the beauty of it was, it's name, image, and likeness. You pay the athletes to promote something. You can't pay them to play sports.
But you can pay them to promote something. So why not the Life Ring Foundation?
So the irony was, we could find the money. The donors were willing to support the athletes, but they have to promote something. And so here we are gearing up to raise money and awareness for pediatric cancer.
Kelly Woolwine's talents, human resources, childhood cancer, and college athletics, all under one entrepreneurial umbrella. Kelly Woolwine, would you please come forward and accept your award tonight? Congratulations. What you do is absolutely amazing. Enter Sandman, there you go.
Nothing but Hokie fans in the house, right? That's awesome, Cyrus. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Junior Achievement, a fantastic organization. Goes way, way back, even for my old self. I was involved in JA in school and kind of set a spark for me. You know, the entrepreneurial seed was planted early on. So I really appreciate how important an organization like JA is. And I really appreciate, I did not know, I really appreciated Carrie sharing her story. I can relate to that. My parents were married, but we were, you know, from a very modest upbringing for sure. My mother was the cafeteria lady in my school, and you know, I think that entrepreneurial spirit sometimes just comes from, I want something different than what I got. You know, you just, you get hungry. And so anyway, I appreciate Carrie sharing that story. And when Eddie Martin was the first one to tell me about this award, I swear the very first thing I said was, I feel like the Milli Vanilli of entrepreneurs, because if y'all don't know, probably don't know who Milli Vanilli is, but Cyrus will know who Milli Vanilli is. Because it's, you know, I've been very blessed, but really I shouldn't be the one standing up here. My team is here, and more importantly, my wife, Jess Woolwine, is here, and she should be the one standing up here with me for sure, or maybe even instead of me. Jess and I are equal. We thrive on equality, and the only place where we probably have really bad inequality is who gets all the credit for our work. So I feel really bad about that. Jess Woolwine is the reason that brains behind the operation for sure. You guys, a lot of you guys know me. You have no problem believing that. Jess and I, we lean on each other. You know, as you saw there, life can get hard sometimes and heavy sometimes. And so we lean on each other. And what I figured out was that when we lean on each other, we kind of form an arch. And an arch is an engineering marvel. You know, when it's in place, it can support enormous weight when things get heavy. And also, like an arch, if my counterpart on the other side were to leave, I would certainly crumble for sure. So I can't thank my wife, Jess, enough for And you know, of course, to the parents out here, and going back to a little bit like what Carrie said, my parents told me one thing consistently my whole life. You can do, Kelly, you can do anything you want. You do anything you set your mind to it. So, you know, parents out there, if you've got any young ones, say stuff like that all the time. Because a kid, if they don't believe anybody else in the world, they'll believe their parents. And I believed that. My mom said it. You know, my parents were up here, and I believed it. And to the youngsters out there, the aspiring dreamers, and maybe even some older dreamers, you know, the main thing is, in general, to have good people around you. You know, I dreamt of being self-made one day, but that's such an oxymoron. If you're going to make something of yourself, it's going to take an army and a village, and my teams are here, kind enough to come support me, watch me take credit for all of their work. The Evolution team is here. The Life Ring Foundation team is here. Triumph, Mitch running Triumph, Jordan, Sarah, JR, Kevin, these guys, and our Life Ring committee back there, unfairly taking credit for all their work. But just remember, to the young ones out there, that's important. You know, I think a lot of people I know who have had success will come out and their trajectory is often set with a little bit of chip on their shoulder. You know, I'm going to prove people wrong. But I kind of looked at it the other way around. I wanted to prove people right. I was very blessed that I had a few people that believed in me, and some really awesome people that believe in me now. And that means the world. That becomes an obligation. You want to reward the people that trust you with your success. They believe you, they support you, they buy into whatever harebrained scheme you cook up, and they deserve to see you succeed. And I relied on coaching and mentoring a lot in my life. And one of the first things I was told was promise big, deliver big. And your promise becomes your obligation. Don't be afraid to get out on the limb and make a promise, but keep it. Your word is critical. And if you're going to choose to go down the path of an entrepreneur, a lot of the men and women in this room know, if you're going to be an entrepreneur in this world at some point, if not more than once, you're going to end up at a place in the journey where your word is all you have to give. And it better be valuable. It better mean something. And so just be physical. Make the promise. Keep the promise. And don't worry, if you know, the youngsters, if you don't know what you want to do when you grow up, I still don't know either. But I'll share with you again, and my team's here, these guys, watch their reaction. They're going to throw up in their mouth when I say what I'm about to say. Because I preach this all the time. If you don't know what you want to do, no problem. There's one way you keep all your options open. All you ever have to do is focus on three things. This is what was beat into my head. Work ethic. Just have a sick work ethic, man. And look around, my goodness. Showing up, getting after it. You'll race out. And I joke around all the time that what little bit of success I have really comes more from the apathy of others. I mean, it's easy to race out ahead. So many people are standing still. And be ridiculously organized. Pay attention to details. Show up when you say. Do what you say. Don't forget things. And they're probably shaking their head at that too. But be very organized. And then lastly, have very good communication skills. At some point, if you're going to get what you need, if we're going to have to beg the bank for money, and by the way, Eddie, my teams need every one of those things that you said. Every one of them. At some point, you're going to be begging for money, you're going to be begging for a job, begging for a shot. And so communication skill is critical. And you focus on those three things, you be elite in those three things, you're going to have a lot of options. And then lastly, the last two things, a friend of mine was asking about his business the other day. He's in a tough spot. And the only thing I could say was, whatever you do, don't quit. Because when it makes perfect sense to quit, whether it's in a medical journey, a financial journey, a business journey, a personal journey, financially, logically, if it makes sense to quit, that's what everybody's going to do. And if you want what no one else has, if you want to get where no one else can go, if you want to get results that no one else has, you have to do what no one else will do. And just don't quit. And then last, and then lastly, just have blind faith. Don't worry about how you get there. Just believe you can. I've learned that really from my wife more than anything in our journey together. It was so hard for her to convince me to stop worrying about how we were going to get there and just have faith that we would get there. And she's absolutely right. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Kelly Woline, everybody. Yeah, fantastic. Love all the money you raised. He didn't plug his golf tournament, but I'll plug it for you because it all goes to a good cause. So good luck, and will I see you on the sidelines from my seats up in the nosebleeds against Clem? Yeah, you'll be down there. All right. Say hi to Mike Vick and Bruce Young for me. Invite me down if you want. I'm just kidding. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct honor to announce this year's laureate inductee into the Southwest Virginia Business Hall of Fame. This is an award that represents a lifetime of achievement, a legacy of leadership, and a commitment to making a lasting difference in our community. And this honor is the highest that we can bestow, symbolizing the profound impact that one person can have in inspiring and shaping the future of Southwest Virginia. The impact of tonight's inductee is felt not only by the students who have benefited from his vision, but by each of us in the room tonight. Whether you are a current student, a past laureate, or a local business leader, his work has likely influenced your life or your career in some way. His leadership has been a guiding light in our region, creating opportunities that will ripple through generations. Please turn your attention to the screens. Born in Orangeburg, South Carolina, Robert Hamilton Sandel, known to many as Bobby, has always believed in the power of education to transform lives. From a young age, Bobby was instilled with a deep sense of service and community, values that would guide him throughout his life. After earning a business degree from the Citadel, Bobby spent 2 years at Camden Military Academy. Soon after, his path took an unexpected turn when he was invited into the world of education with a position at Orangeburg Technical College. This life-changing decision set the stage for a career that would shape the lives of thousands of students across the Commonwealth of Virginia. During his time in Orangeburg, Bobby forged strong connections with local businesses, gaining a deep understanding of their workforce needs and organizational goals. It was here that he learned a vital lesson, one that would guide his success throughout his career. The foundation of great partnerships is built on meaningful relationships. Bobby went on to earn a master's degree from South Carolina State University and a doctorate from the University of South Carolina. And while Bobby's career blossomed, his family grew. With his wife Jane by his side, they raised 4 children and are now the proud grandparents of 14 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild. With his advanced degrees in hand, Bobby took on a leadership role as Vice President of Central Carolina Technical College in 1988, where he focused on shaping the academic programs for two-year colleges. Recognizing that he needed presidential experience to further his vision, Bobby and Jane made the decision to leave their home state of South Carolina in 1992. They moved to Big Stone Gap, Virginia, where Bobby became president of Mountain Empire Community College. It was here that Bobby's ability to build strong relationships paid off as he successfully expanded the college foundation and raised significant funds to support its mission. In 2001, Bobby became president of Virginia Western Community College, a role that would define his legacy. From the moment he stepped on campus, Bobby had a vision to create a first-class, state-of-the-art institution that would not only educate, but inspire. Under Bobby's leadership, Virginia Western experienced unparalleled growth. Over $138 million was invested in new construction and renovations, transforming the campus into a vibrant, modern learning environment. From the Fralin Center for Health Professions to the groundbreaking STEM building, these facilities reflect Bobby's unwavering commitment to providing students with the tools they need to succeed. His leadership extended beyond the campus. Bobby spearheaded the redesign of Colonial Avenue, creating a safer, more inviting educational corridor. He also oversaw the expansion of the Al-powered Culinary Arts program, positioning Virginia Western at the forefront of workforce development. But perhaps Bobby's greatest legacy lies in his commitment to accessibility. Through the Virginia Western Educational Foundation, he helped establish the nationally recognized Community College Access Program, or CCAP. This program has provided more than $11.8 million in tuition assistance, allowing 4,470 students to attend college debt-free and changing the trajectory of countless lives. His work has transformed not only the college, but the entire region. As Virginia Western's president, Bobby led the charge in creating over 100 academic and workforce programs, ensuring that students are prepared for the jobs of tomorrow. Under his guidance, Virginia Western emerged from the pandemic with 7 consecutive semesters of enrollment growth, a powerful testament to the enduring strength of his leadership. Bobby's visionary leadership wasn't just about building physical spaces. It was also about building partnerships. He played a crucial role in launching the Regional Accelerator and Mentoring Program, or RAMP, which has helped countless startups and entrepreneurs in the Roanoke region, as well as other community centers, such as the Envision Center, located in the northwest community of Roanoke. Over the years, Dr. Sandel has served on numerous boards, including the Roanoke Regional Chamber of Commerce and Lewis Gale Medical Center, always advocating for collaboration between education and business. His leadership was recognized in 2013 when he was named Roanoke City Citizen of the Year. After more than 2 decades of transformative leadership, Bobby announced his retirement, set for June 30th, 2025. His decision, made together with his wife Jane, marks the end of an era at Virginia Western Community College. Under Bobby's guidance, the college has experienced 7 consecutive semesters of enrollment growth, secured its accreditation for the next decade, and built a foundation of financial strength that will support students for years to come. As he prepares to step away, Bobby reflects on what has brought him the greatest satisfaction: working alongside a dedicated faculty and staff, serving students, and building partnerships that will continue to propel the college forward. Through it all, Bobby has remained focused on one simple but powerful idea: changing lives. As he often says, when everyone comes together and nobody cares who gets the credit, that's when great things happen. His leadership embodies the very heart of Junior Achievement's mission to inspire and prepare young people to succeed. as we honor Dr. Robert Sandel as the 2024 Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame Laureate inductee. We recognize not only his profound impact on education, but his commitment to creating a better future for Southwest Virginia. His legacy will continue to shape the lives of students, the college, and our community for generations to come. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for Dr. Bobby Sandel? Roanoke truly never will be the same. Students at
Thank you very much. Everybody had these long speeches lined up here, and I see these. I got 3 little cards. Before I forget, I just want to make sure that, first of all, thank you. This is a very humbling experience for me. I'm a great person who feels, a great person who loves Southwest Virginia. And my roots started back in Big Stone Gap, which I call far Southwest Virginia. And out there, we thought Roanoke was, they figured they were in Southwest Virginia. We said, that's not really Southwest Virginia. You got to be in the far Southwest Virginia where the coal fields are. So that's kind of where I grew up as far as being in Virginia. Jane and I came up here in 1992, looking to go back to the Carolinas, and fell in love with Virginia, as I hope most of you have. We loved it in Big Stone Gap. We stayed there for 9.5 years. I learned very quickly you don't demand respect, you earn respect. The people there are the salt of the earth. They do anything for you. You can't hide out in Big Stone Gap. They all know what you do. You try to do something bad, they're watching you every second. So I learned you got to be careful and do what's right and be supportive of people. But I do want to recognize my wife, Jane. She makes it all happen. And I've got 3 tables of loyal friends with me tonight. I want to recognize them. I appreciate you more than you know, and I value your friendship more than anything in the world. But I think it's very important to realize that education is the great equalizer, And it's nothing more important than getting our young people. And when you go to Virginia Western, you don't really talk about young people. You talk 18 to 80. But our average age is about 25 or 26. We probably get 1/3 of all the high school graduates come to us as their first choice. About 1/3 of our students go on to transfer to the 4-year colleges and universities, and they do very well. The other 2/3 go right into the world of work. And we have a very 90% placement rate of all of our students. We have the largest health care program in the Commonwealth as far as community colleges go. We have 9 health care programs. They're all full. They all have waiting lists, and they'll have very high demand jobs out there when they finish. The engineering, we have the whole bailiwick. And what we try to do is we try to transform Virginia Western into a real college atmosphere. We were getting more and more young people who wanted to do the transfer. And they wanted more than what community colleges were known for, that you just kind of drove in, you got what you wanted, and you drove out. We don't have academic teams, we don't have dormitories, and I don't want academic teams and dormitories, okay? That causes more problems than it is. I mean, of course, everybody wants to go to Virginia Tech football games. I take them to the movie theater or something, But of course, you live in Roanoke, you gotta love Tech, and everybody loves Tech, and I do too. And we love all of the colleges, universities. We all work together. We all have our own niches. We're all very supportive of each other, and that's what makes it go. We all know what we need to do, and we try to make things happen. The Roanoke Valley, the New River Valley, those are the 2 valleys that things are really happening. We need to be very supportive of what's going on. Bringing talent into this region is essential. We got to bring the talent in, and we got to keep it here. That's the problem. We got to keep it here once we get them here. We got to offer them opportunities and offer them high-paying jobs to be able to keep the folks here. For every PhD that comes into this region, they need 7 technicians. I can give them the 7 technicians right away to be with them. And and then a number of our students go ahead and get the advanced degrees also. But being in education, my goal is to give I try to provide educational dreams and aspirations to our students. I want them to be successful. I want them to be able to be in the American dream, be able to pay taxes, be able to support their families, and be able to get out of the cycle of life that they have to keep doing things over and over under subsistence or other things like that. We're doing that. We are making a difference in this region. Our college now is over 10,000 students. We have 3 or 4 different sites around the region, and we continue to grow. Our programs continue to expand. And the reason I really accepted this, when I talked to Debbie Petrine, and Debbie's over here, and Debbie's one of my really strong supporters, I said I would be delighted to be a part of Junior Achievement, because I know before I accepted something, I need to look into it. And I know Junior Achievement has a great reputation, but Junior Achievement has great core values, and I'm very strong about core values, and we run our college under core values. But you know, a Junior Achievement, one of their core values is belief in the potential of young people. Do all of you believe in the potential of young people? I hope you do. Yeah. Our young people will do dramatic, positive things if we give them the resources, support, and love that they need to have to be able to move forward. Another one of the core values is to nurture the power of partnerships and collaboration. To me, that's been one of my strengths, is developing partnerships throughout the Roanoke and New River Valley. And part of what this great organization does is nurture the power of partnerships, collaboration, what we have going on here. Junior Achievement makes that happen. We want to teach in marketable-based economics. Who knows what marketable-based economics is when they see that and you read it? It talks about supply and demand. It talks about production of goods and services. That's marketing-based economics. Those are the 2 core values of marketing-based economics. So those 3 core values kind of interspersed with what we do at Virginia Western, and I felt good about being a part of this organization. And something else I thought good about was I got a few more here. 4, seek diverse backgrounds, perspectives, and talents in its staff and volunteers and boards. Reflect the communities that you serve. And I think that's very important today. Approach work with passion. Do you approach work with passion each and every day? My wife gets mad at me because I look forward to Mondays. You know, do you look forward to Mondays? I look forward to Mondays. I enjoy going to work, and I'm finally retiring. I don't want to retire. It's bittersweet, but I'm going to do it. And Jane's going to make sure that I do it. So you approach work with passion, honesty, integrity, and excellence. And excellence means you do it with high ethical standards. And if we can do that with our people that we work with, you can make things happen. And advocate for relevant hands-on learning. More of our students need hands-on learning. Theory is good, but you got to make it hands-on. You got to make it where they can see what they're talking about and see what they're reading about. So it's just very important that all of us here, we give of our time and effort to the young people in this region. Support them, care about them, make them follow the rules, make them follow the guidelines, but support them. They're going to fail at times, but you got to be there to get them back up. I always say to our folks, you got to pat them on the back sometimes, and sometimes you got to kick them in the fanny to get them. You got to make them get it going, and it happens. But I've seen great success by young people. We have more diamonds in the rough in this region if they have the opportunity to go to school and get education. We need to give them that opportunity. We need to give them that support. You would be amazed at the talent that we have that sometimes never gets the opportunity to be able to provide that talent to their families because they don't have the resources, or they never had somebody to support them, or the parental support they needed to guide them. All of us take opportunities and advantage. And we had a lot of that parental support, and the people directed us in the right direction. A lot of folks don't have that. So we need to make sure that we do that. So I'm not up here preaching. I'm just up here saying that we make a difference. Everybody in this room makes a difference. Virginia Western makes a real difference to the people that we serve. And this college will continue to do that, and I'm sure that who comes into the leadership following me will only make the college even better. But our college is successful not because of me. It's successful for the team that we have in place. They're the ones who make it happen. I always tell my folks, I don't micromanage you and what you do, but I hold you accountable for what you do. And our people make that happen. And I'm very supportive of them. And as I tell our faculty and staff, I'm here to give you the resources and everything you need to make you successful. And that's what I try to do for them. I give them what they need to be successful, and I try to provide our students with opportunities to be successful. And we do that by having a great team. So this is quite an honor for me. Jane, where is Jane? Love you, and you're very, you know. She's been with me all these years, and we've made it to this point, right? So we're still going good. And so thank you all, everybody. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Bobby Sandel, everyone. The latest laureate in the Southwest Virginia Business Hall of Fame. We've heard a common theme from all of our speakers here tonight, and I can honestly say that I don't think I've ever heard from three speakers on the same podium who look forward to Mondays. Guess that's what it takes. That's how you get to the podium.
Imagine a world where no one explains the rules of the game. No practice, no game plan, no coaches. Just go out there and do your best, kid. But your best isn't good enough. Why? Because you are unprepared for the game. It's unfair, but nobody blames the player. They blame the circumstances. Now, imagine a world where no one explains the rules to the game of life. No discussions of how money works. No game plan for how education supports your future job or career. And certainly no coaching about how to start or run a business. Just go out there and do your best, kid. But your best isn't good enough. You're unprepared for the game. This time, though, people blame the player, not the circumstances. But there's no need to imagine this. It happens every day. Too many young people leave school without critical skills in financial literacy, work and career readiness, and entrepreneurship to reach their potential in life. And it costs all of us. Junior Achievement is working on leveling the playing field. But we can't do it alone. We need your support. Suit up. It's game time.
The Business Hall of Fame history has been made here again this evening with the induction of our Bobby 67th laureate into the Southwest Virginia Business Hall of Fame. And I want to thank you all tonight for joining us to celebrate the remarkable achievements of all of our laureates, our entrepreneurs, and our students. And of course, nights like this remind us of the strength, the vision, and the generosity that makes Southwest Virginia, and we mean this part of Southwest Virginia, it's not that we don't mean the far southwest part of Virginia, but we're talking about this part too. Okay, all right, well, I'm gonna have to give a qualifier every time I say that on the news now, right? There we go. No, it is a very special place, whether you're talking about Roanoke or whether you're talking about Grundy. They're both Big Stone Gap. They're both wonderful, wonderful places. And every person in this room is a part of a community that believes in building a brighter future for young people, or you wouldn't be here tonight. As we have seen, the journey doesn't end here. Each year, Junior Achievement of Southwest Virginia serves thousands of students, equipping them with the essential skills they need to navigate life, skills in financial literacy, career readiness, and entrepreneurship for many of these young people. JA is the guiding light, providing them with the knowledge and the mentorship that they may not find anywhere else. So tonight, I'm asking each of you to consider how you might be able to support this mission, whether by volunteering, by donating, or simply spreading the word. You have the power to be a game changer for our students, as you saw in the video. We are leveling the playing field, but we can't do it alone. Imagine the impact that we can make together, giving these young people the chance to step into the world with confidence, purpose, and a real shot at success. So let's keep the momentum going, shall we? Whether you use the envelopes that we have placed on your table or the QR codes on the screen that you see behind me here tonight, please consider making a donation to Junior Achievement. Every dollar, every hour spent volunteering, and every bit of support helps JA reach one more student, one more dream, one more future. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for your generosity and for believing in what Junior Achievement stands for together. We are empowering the next generation of leaders, and that is something truly worth celebrating. Having said that, I say please have a wonderful night, please drive safely, and let's all team together to make a difference. Congratulations to our laureates here tonight, and thank you.